it's only South Africa. Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is...
You might be wondering what terrible things President Trump is referring to. Before we break down the entire story, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video and share your opinions in the comment section. It all started with what is believed to be a liberation chant.
Kill the Boer, the farmer.
According to the AfriForum 2024 Farm Attack Report, that you can refer to it on the AfriForum website, it is believed that out of 334 attacks in 2023 to 2024, 49 were murdered. This means there is about one farm murder every 7 to 8 days. It is alleged that DA and AfriForum believe that Malema's chant might incite the farm attacks, but Julius Malema is challenging those allegations.
And we shall sing this song in line with the court decision. An independent court has made a declaration on this matter and is closed.
The court ruled that the chant does not constitute hate speech under the Equality Act. The song is part of the EFF's political expression and struggle heritage, particularly tied to the anti-apartheid liberation struggle. The words must be understood in context, not literally. Judge Mowana said, "The impugned song does not constitute hate speech, but rather falls within the ambit of freedom of expression." Another controversial matter that triggered President Trump was the land expropriation bill that President Ramaphosa signed. So let's dive into what is land expropriation without compensation in South Africa. The new law gives the state power to take land for public use, and in some cases, without paying compensation. It only applies in specific cases, like abandoned land, unused state land, or land already occupied by the poor. This bill was passed by Parliament in March 2024 and signed into law in July. Supporters call it justice for land stolen during apartheid, but critics fear economic damage and abuse of power. On April 2, 2025, President Trump declared a national emergency and imposed reciprocal tariffs, including 31% tariffs on South African goods and 30% specifically on agricultural and vehicle exports, effectively ending tariff-free access under AGOA. On February 6 to 7, 2025, a new executive order explicitly suspended all U.S. foreign aid to South Africa, citing race-based discrimination and targeting white Afrikaners.
We will not be deterred. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied. We are concerned about the potential impact of the decision by the United States government to suspend some of its funding for HIV and TB programs in African countries for 90 days.
A delegation from AfriForum and the Solidarity Movement visited the White House in February 2025, meeting with senior Trump administration officials. The group advocated for stronger pressure on the ANC regarding policies such as the Expropriation Act, hate speech laws, and Afrikaans educational rights. President Trump launched a program to expedite refugee status for white South African farmers. The ANC and President Cyril Ramaphosa dismissed AfriForum's claims as exaggerated propaganda.
Chip is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me, but white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa, and the newspapers and the media, television media doesn't even talk about it. And they're saying that kill the white farmer and take their land. But this is a tremendous, look, this is a story recent. These are all people that recently got killed. And I don't know how it can get any worse.
Ramaphosa and his delegation, including prominent figures like Ernie Els, Retief Goosen, and Johan Rupert, attempted to engage diplomatically. Ramaphosa went furthermore to explain that the killings do not target white farmers specifically, but the whole country. February 2025, shortly after meeting with AfriForum, former President Donald Trump signed an executive order that granted expedited humanitarian and refugee protection to South Africans facing ethnic persecution and farm terrorism.
That Afrikaners in South Africa who are the victims of unjust racial discrimination would be welcome to come to the United States, and he's now delivering on that promise. The Deputy Secretary and I just spoke to some of the folks who arrived on this flight, and they tell quite harrowing stories of the violence that they faced in South Africa that was not redressed by the authorities, by the unjust application of the law. The United States, as we were proud to say, stands for equal justice under law and the fair and impartial application of the law. We're sending a clear message that the United States really rejects the egregious persecution of people on the basis of race in South Africa, and we welcome these people to the United States and to a new future.
In May 2025, the first group of 49 white South Africans, most identified as Afrikaners, including families with children, departed from OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg on a private charter flight organized under the Refugee program launched by President Trump.
We have raised our own concern because those people who are being enticed to go to the United States do not fit the definition of a refugee. A refugee is someone who has to leave their country out of fear of political persecution, religious persecution, or economic persecution, and they don't fit that bill. They don't fit that description. And
Stay tuned for part 2. In this installment, we will dive deep into the lives of the 49 refugees. Where are they now, and what are they doing? Are they living the American dream? To ensure you don't miss the upcoming part, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification button to be alerted about our next upload.